In this video, we'll cover lighting, camera placement, setting up your space, audio, attire do's and don'ts, how to be engaging and emote, and lastly, a trial run tip. Classes are starting up again, and you've now found yourself having to teach from home using Zoom. Maybe you're feeling a little worried or apprehensive about this new way of teaching, but don't worry. With these few tips and tricks, you'll be ready to take on anything this new way can throw at you. Remember, this is your class, and you can run it however you want. We just want to give you some tips to make it more inviting and engaging. Good lighting can make the difference between a poor Zoom call and a spectacular one. Now, if you're relying on natural light, that's great, but maybe you have an evening class or the clouds roll in and it's a thunderstorm. Don't worry, fixing that is a snap. What you're going to want to do is get a ring light. They're available online or at any electronics store. It is a circular light, and it's got a light all the way around it, so it helps illuminate your whole face consistently. If that's not your style, or if you're a frugal crafter like me, what you're going to want to do is get a bedside lamp or any kind of lamp and some tinfoil. And what you're going to want to do is scrunch it around the bottom and create kind of a 1920s vaudeville footlight. Now, I'm going to ask you to be very careful that you keep the tinfoil away from the light bulb because you don't want to have a smoke show along with your Zoom class. And when you're dismantling it all at the end, just make sure that you're careful because sometimes the lights heat up and they can make the tinfoil a little warm. Find where the camera is on your personal computer and make sure you're looking directly at it. For some of you, it might be at the top of your screen, and for others, with certain laptops, it might be at the bottom. So what you're going to want to do is raise up or lower your computer until you're looking directly at the camera. Now, if you're using an external webcam, you're going to want to place it at the top because, let's face it, this is a way better angle than this angle. If your lecture notes are on your computer, you're going to want to line up that window right under or over the camera. That way you can always quickly check back in with the camera and engage with your students. If you're using paper notes, keep them off to the one side or the other. You don't want them in front of you because that could block what you're saying and also cast a shadow. Again, always check back in with the camera because we want to engage with the students while you're teaching. Before you go live, have a look at your Zoom space. Take a look at what's behind you and maybe clear up all of those leftover takeout boxes and take down any personal pictures or memorabilia that you don't want your students to see. I personally prefer having something in the background like a chair with a fun pillow or my bookshelf with my Snoopy snow cone maker. Just something to feel a little more personable. We are all embracing this new way of teaching, so I find that this is just a lot more welcoming and inviting than a stark white or solid color wall. If you are using your computer's built-in microphone, you're going to want to make sure you speak clearly and enunciate. While the microphones are good, we still want to make sure you're understood. If you can, grab a pair of these basic headphones, because they also come with a microphone, and these microphones are wonderful. Also, you're going to want to do your best to cancel out any background noise. If you live on a busy street, maybe shut your windows or turn off any fans that you have going. I do know that some of these things are unavoidable. The quieter, the better. These microphones pick up even the tiniest sound. If we have learned anything from Queen Elizabeth's COVID-19 speech, avoid wearing bright green. The same bright green that is the same color as green screens that they use in Hollywood movies, because it doesn't take long or a lot of Photoshop knowledge to turn that outfit into this. Or this. Or these. From the moment that your students log on to the moment they log off, they can see you. So you want to make sure your facial expression is welcoming and inviting. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to smile more or be cheery if that's not who you are or that's not what the lesson calls for. But these cameras are up close and personal, so we just want to make sure that you're engaging your students and that they feel connected with. Do a trial run. Set up your Zoom space and call your friend, a coworker, a family member, anyone. Make sure they can see you, they can hear you, that you show them what you're thinking of using for your Zoom space, and then ask for any suggestions or feedback if they have any. I hope this helped you feel a little more confident as you start teaching your first classes on Zoom, so feel free to check back for more tips and tricks and instructional videos. We're here to help you move from the classroom to your room. Till next time.